welcome back. And we're working on just getting this started today. Got that drill in there with the tool and getting some oil pressure. So I'm going to be putting it back together and trying to get it started. I'm going to read the directions for the EFI though first, so it's going to be another minute. That's where I'm at today. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be back. Hey, I'm back. It's been a couple of weeks anyway since the beginning of this video. I got it started. I adjusted the timing and all that stuff, and after I adjusted the timing, the oil line melted. The plastic tube I ordered with the gauges, it melted. So what I did was I ordered a copper line, which is right here. Okay, I did that, and I wanted to go into the block and go up like this with the oil line, so it would be like that, because I wanted it to get away from the heat. Anyway, these fittings, if you can see how the threads are right up against the block there. Anyway, it wouldn't go past that hump very much, so it was scraping on that hump. See that? You can see the hump there. Anyway, so what I did was I ordered an adapter or an extension to make this a little longer. Anyway, those aren't coming for a few days. Anyway, I ordered them like a week ago. They might be here tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. Like I said, this is like 2 weeks after the beginning of this video, because I'm waiting for parts and, you know, just a bunch of crap. So I bought these also for the plug wires, which they look pretty cool and they do what I need them to do. I bled the brakes with the self-bleeder tool. You hook an air line to it. I think it worked, and I figure I paint these while I was doing things, and that's how far I gotten so far. So when I get the fittings for the oil line, I'll come back and we'll get it started again. And you hear the vroom vroom. Hear that little rumble. It sounded really nice, so that's cool. And then after I get it running, you know, I'm take it for a ride, I guess, and hopefully everything works. We'll have to just double check everything, but that's where I'm at right now, and thanks for dropping by. I'll be back. All right, so while I'm waiting for parts, I'm gonna work on this thing. I'm gonna weld up all the holes that are circled, and I put studs on the outside. I put studs on the outside to hold the wiring harness. So what I do is I found these bolts in the thing over there. I'm just going to cut them. Probably not too long. Probably leave them probably a half inch or so. Anyway, I got those for the wiring harness, and going to clean up all the tiny staple holes. There's little staple holes for, I guess, the rubber seal that went there. I'm not sure about putting a rubber seal back on there, but we'll see what happens, I guess. So that's what I'm doing here. And I'll probably put a bolt for the ground. This is for the fan ground. And that's fix up this here mistake I made before, and that's what I'm working on now while I'm waiting for parts. All right, I finished welding up the holes. I put a ground bolt here. I started grinding, and I thought maybe I should do a video of all the holes that I did, all those little staple holes too. So I'm gonna grind all these, both sides, grind both sides, and do some hammer and dolly and all that good stuff. I'll be back. All right. Done welding it, or done grinding it. Everything came out good, and I'm gonna be putting that back on, but I have to do the oil line first because there's no access anyway else. So I'll be back. All right, I just got these things in the mail, and this is what I was waiting for, that little extension right there. So that's gonna go in the block, and it's gonna go up like that. That way I can put the tube up and over. That way when I take the header off, it won't be in the way also. So I'll be back. Okay, got that tube hooked up there, and it's going into that hole, into the inside, underneath the dash, and it's connected to the gauge. And I had to start it because I wanted to check to make sure that worked. So I'm gonna start it right now for everybody. And yeah, I've been fixing leaks and crap like that. There was a leak in that fitting right there. That was a pain in the butt to fix. I had an issue with the temperature switch right here. I thought the gauge was no good because it wasn't working, but we wiggled this thing here. Oops, we wiggled this end here and it started working. So it just needed a little jump start, I guess. But that's where we're at right now, and I'm gonna start this. I gotta hook up the battery and give it a whirl. I'll be back. Okay, here we go. It's vroom vroom time. That's the way that is. I had an issue with the fans too. I had to try to get the fans to work because they weren't working, but it's because I didn't have them hooked up right, as usual. I had to hook up one of the wires to this here temperature switch too. So I added another temperature switch. It has three. Those two. This one's for the EFI. That one's for the gauge. And that one is for the fan. So I had to run that all the way over here to the blue wire and the white wires to hook that up. I was wondering why they weren't working, and so I had to figure that out, which is pretty cool. I'm figuring shit out. Anyway, I got it running. So next thing is I gotta re-bleed the brakes because I bled the brakes with that pneumatic thing. I'll show you the tool, this tool right here from Snap-off. I used that, did what it said to do. Then I checked the pedal, and there was no brakes. There was no pedal, really. So I'm gonna do it manually. I'm gonna see if I can get some help doing that. Then I can put the wheels back on and maybe take this for a ride. And I still have to break the motor in. So I have to do that and I have to finish adjusting the EFI when I drive it because everything's all computerized, which is cool. Check the fluid in the tranny. Tranny's full. While it was running, we checked it and made sure the fluid was in there because you don't want to run a dry transmission. So that's that, and that's hope everyone enjoyed that little run, and we'll be back on the next one, I reckon. I'm gonna post this video. Hope everyone's having a great day, and see you on the next one.